We are here with 169th of the Plot and You. New material from your new album, so talk about that. How's the fan reaction for that so far?
It's been weird, I won't lie. Especially like the first few shows that we played. It didn't like go over great, but I could tell people were just kind of jamming, more just like listening rather than, you know, trying to get into it. And that's the same, it's the same every time we put out new songs. I'm sure it's that way for most bands, you know. It's kind of like, gotta get those songs in their heads first for a little bit before, you know, they can get into it live, I guess, so whatever.
What does the name mean to you, Happiness and Self-Destruction, and how does that kind of relate to like the overall theme of the record?
Basically, the idea came from, well, there was a song called Happiness and Self-Destruction, and we felt like that kind of summed up the whole record in a phrase, you know. And basically it's just about like, you know, like drugs and alcohol, just things that slowly kill you, but at the time they make you happy, you know. That's pretty much what it's all based around, just like, you know, addiction and stuff like that, so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a 3-year writing process for you so, I mean, how have drugs and all of that like kind of changed? I'm sure there's different seasons of your life, like certain times you are doing them, certain times you're not, and messing around with different things. So I mean, how has that changed like throughout the 3 years, various songs that are kind of in different stages of your life?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the coolest thing about the record is it took a really long time to do because, I mean, I was going through so many different things, you know, being sober, not being sober, you know, depression, just different things that went on, you know, over the course of 3 years, as well as like things like childhood stories and just like kind of things I wanted to reflect back on. But yeah, I was on and off different things like throughout the years, and just, I know it's hard on tour, you know, you get so bored and things are so accessible, so I know it's easy to fall into that kind of temptation. But I'm definitely, I mean, I'll still, you know, party here and there. I don't go as crazy as I used to. I'm too old to like, I literally, like, my body just can't handle it. But I mean, here and there, you know, everything in moderation. That's my theme now.
Even moderation.
Even moderation. Yeah, but I just try to stay healthy now and, you know, keep active, because you can turn into a big blob of shit so fast on tour. It's very, especially with fast food and stuff too. That's probably even worse than most of the drugs. I was super addicted to fast food. Just getting shitty and fat and ugly.
Having 3 years to write the record, do you think it's kind of an advantage in the sense that like there were certain songs that you wrote that like didn't make the cut? Like, are there any songs like that that just didn't make the cut?
Yeah, there was actually like 3 or 4 songs that were like just too weird that didn't really fit the vibe. I used a couple of those for an EP that I just put out that I don't know if you used to, yeah, that thing. So there's still like 2 or 3 other ones that I didn't end up using, but we might release them as B-sides or something like that, but we'll see what happens.
What's the oldest song written on the record, and what's the newest song written on the record?
The oldest was Pillhead, I think. Yeah, that was it. Crows was actually the first, but that didn't make the record. That was just like a B-side that we put out early. But yeah, Pillhead was like the earliest one, and that one's pretty much just about me and one of my friends that grew up together, had a really bad pill problem for a while. But he like kind of stuck with it, and I kind of overcame it. There's a couple songs actually about us too, and just like different gross times of our lives, I guess. But the newest, I think, was either Happiness and Self-Destruction or Mild Ways. One of those two. But yeah, I think it was Mild Ways.
What's your personal favorite from the record? The like one that you would say, like, just right now at the current time,
yeah,
that you've been jamming the most, I guess?
I think probably Time Changes Everything. That one's definitely up there for sure. There's another song called Better Vibes. I mean, I kind of like the more rock songs rather than the heavy. I mean, I like the heavy ones too, but yeah, definitely like the more mellow, just chill songs, because that's like what I like to write in general. So
you guys usually have eccentric artwork for, you know, past releases and even your solo stuff. I know that Tanner, you know, has helped out with a lot of that. Yeah. So what about this record? I noticed it's a little more tame and it's a little more ambiguous, kind of vague. So what's the meaning behind this, and how does it like tie in with Happiness and Self-Destruction? Right.
You know, I was talking about me and that friend that I speak about on the record a lot. It was kind of like, you know, it's 2 boys just sitting on a front porch and they're smoking weed and like drinking whiskey at a very young age, and that's like, you know, you look at something like that and you're like, it's like innocence being ruined, basically. It's not. This is Josh. But I forget where I was going with that. But yeah, it's basically just like that is representing me and him as kids, you know, starting out, even though we weren't like alcoholics and potheads at like whatever age those kids are at. But there's a girl, I think she lives in Cleveland, Ohio. We did a couple promo pictures with her, and then we tossed the idea for the artwork to her, and she just nailed it really quick, so we're like, sick, we'll use that.
Some hoodlums that were 9 years old.
Where she found those kids. I hope I meet them, them kids. I hope I meet them kids. No, the previous records, though, we were never stoked on the artwork that we were given. We would always get it back and we'd be like, come on, can we at least try something else? But we never got our way. It's whatever.
I know that you like having your hand in the music process creatively. Like you have, you know, I like that you guys add a lot of sounds, like, you know, the chains, and then you have, you know, the voice recording of the old lady. So I want to talk about how you might ever shift into like, because I know you didn't you direct this new music video?
I didn't direct it, but I did. I wrote like the storyline and stuff, and then I sent it to Josh, our guitar player. He added a couple little ideas, and then we sent it off to the dude that was making the video, and he like kind of just finalized the whole ideas as a whole. So yeah, dude, he nailed it. Like it came out exactly how I wanted it to be, if not better. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to work with him again, and I want to kind of always have more creative control over videos because I feel like it makes it more authentic, you know, coming from the artist rather than just sending it off to some dude and be like, here's the song, write whatever bullshit you want, and let's go rent out a fucking barn and hang lights from the ceiling. You know what I mean?
Get in the woods,
right? Exactly.
And in house.
Yep.
Do you think that you will ever see you kind of shift more into like even like short film stuff, like, because I know that you like that, like?
Yeah, me and Tanner, our merch guy, actually, the dude that does our artwork, or my artwork, we've tossed around the idea of doing like just like short horror films and stuff like that, because we both were super into like grimy, gross, shitty movies. But yeah, I would love to actually. I have a couple different friends that are in film, and we've tossed around a couple ideas. It's just a matter of like trying to find time, I guess, and like really creating a solid idea. So yeah, I do have ideas though. I want to make the most fucked up movie ever made. It's my end goal.
Yeah, I see you tweeting. Tweet me the most fucked up movie you know of.
Man, it's just fun to just make yourself uncomfortable. It's great.
This creativity that you have, I think it's honestly one of the things that, you know, keeps the plot in you different from everyone else. And so do you think that since you had this 3-year gap, a lot of bands usually fall irrelevant after that amount of time? Kids get bored, short attention spans, blah, blah, blah. Right. But your solo stuff and the fact that you do have an edge to this, do you think that has helped the plot and you stay relevant? Because you guys have been quite relevant.
I feel like we definitely, you know, we had our downward slump just because it took so long to get the record out. Like it's been done for like a year. So like just sitting on it and having to tour on the same songs that we've been playing for like ever, you know, I feel like that kind of definitely like hurt us for a little bit, but I hope, you know, we're kind of working towards getting back on the upward slump and everything. But it's just a grueling process just watching your band like, oh shit, man, we're like just not killing it like we used to, you know. But I mean, the shows that we've been playing with the new material have been going great, so I hope the main thing with the solo stuff was just to kind of keep kids, you know, updated on like my writing styles, and you know, just like up to date on me as a writer in general. You know, most of the stuff I put out, I even put out for free, just to, you know, give kids something to hold them over till we can get this release out. But yeah.
The drunk cover of Skater Boy, how did that happen?
Me and Josh, seriously, we were super drunk up in my studio room, and we're like, let's cover a song, and we looked up like a bunch of instrumentals, and we found the instrumental for that. Fuck yeah, let's kill this. Dude, he destroyed that song.
People were saying in the comments, I was reading the comments, someone was like, Josh should sing for Asking Alexandria.
Totally. Dude, he could sing for like 3 Days Grace or something if he really wanted to. It's great.
Dad rock. Creed.
Dude, he's wasting his talent in this band, I'm telling you what.
You gotta get him like a feature, featuring Josh.
And one of our own songs, yeah.
Ai640 came out recently, and it was kind of like a surprise, at least to me. I was like, holy shit, where did this come from? So would you ever consider doing like more with this? Like, are you gonna come out with another album, a tour, or like, you know, a music video, or is this just kind of like...
Well, for that specific thing, it was more just kind of for fun. But I mean, who knows? Maybe most of the guitar parts I don't even know if are actually if they're actually possible to play. For real, I just kind of, yeah, exactly, just chopped it all up. So I'm not really that good at guitar, not even close, I'll be honest. But what was the? Oh, am I gonna? Yeah, I would. I've toured with other solo stuff before in the past, and it was fun. I just did like short runs and stuff, but I'd definitely like to do something like that again in the future. But it all depends on how stuff goes, you know. So we'll see.
When you go into writing for either Ai640 or your solo stuff or Plotting You, do you know like the intention going into it? This will be a Plot song. This will be an Ai640 song. This will
actually. There's actually like 2 or 3 songs on the Plot record that I was just writing, just like probably just to release on YouTube or something like. Because I do that a lot, anyways. I just have a song, but it doesn't really fit anything, so I'll just throw it up on my YouTube. But there was like 2 songs I was like, I really want to use these because, I mean, you know, a couple thousand kids might listen to it on YouTube, but I'd way rather, you know, a lot more people hear it rather than, you know, just that. So, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 on the record that I was originally planning to just release the solo stuff.
So what is the kind of concept behind it? I know you said it was a concept album, so what is the concept behind Ai640?
I was talking about this yesterday, actually. Have you heard of the movie Ex Machina?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
That movie, right? Oh, yeah.
It's so sick. After I watched that movie, it was like a week later, I was like trying to write lyrics for those songs, those heavy songs. I was like, I really wanted to do some like concept-based thing, and that just kind of came back to me. I'd be like, sick, I'll just steal that. So, but I obviously put a way different spin on it. But a robot that becomes self-aware and is like, if humans have, or if the Earth has any chance of, you know, staying a thing, humans have to go. Yeah, they gotta go. So, yeah.
I guess just to wrap it up, what are some plans that you have for Plotting You, Uncoming, and also your solo stuff? Because now that Ai640 is out, people are obviously going to look more for your creepier stuff like Come Captain and all that stuff. So what plans do you have for the future? I mean, I guess not Plotting You because you have an album coming out. Yeah, just future in general.
I mean, Plot has a couple offers for next year, like spring and summer, a couple different things. So we'll know pretty soon about all that. As far as solo music goes, I'm doing a Christmas EP. It's gonna be like the raunchiest Christmas thing ever, but I'm really stoked on that. And
Christian based, obviously.
Yes, exactly. And then
in the Christian roots.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. And then I think I'm doing a part 2 to the Ai640 thing sometime next year. I've got a couple ideas, so we'll see what happens. It's a lot of things are going to be determined, I guess, based off how the record is, you know, taken and everything. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, all good things. I hope.
All right, well, guys, make sure to pick up the Christmas EP. Give it to your mom for Christmas, right?
Do it. A lot of copies. Buy a bunch of them.
Put them in her stocking. So, all right, well, that concludes the interview. Thank you so much for having us. Keim Interview signing out. Peace out, y'all.